How do you explain something as complex as the human brain? It's a universe of 100 billion neurons, firing off trillions of connections. Just saying those numbers can make your head spin, so how can we make sense of it all? The answer is simpler than you think: diagrams. Today, we're going on a visual journey to understand the brain, one simple drawing at a time. Let's start with the big picture. Imagine drawing a large oval. This is our brain, the control center of everything we do, think, and feel. Now, let's slice it right down the middle, from front to back. What we have are two halves, the left and right hemispheres. They look like mirror images, but they specialize in different tasks. The left hemisphere is often the logical, analytical side. It's great with language, math, and step-by-step thinking. The right hemisphere is more creative and intuitive, handling things like art, music, and spatial awareness. They're connected by a thick bundle of nerves called the corpus callosum, which you can draw as a C-shaped bridge in the center. This bridge allows the two sides to talk to each other constantly, working together as a team. So when you're writing a story, your left brain is handling the words and grammar, while your right brain is imagining the scenes and characters. It's a beautiful partnership. Now, let's zoom in a bit and divide our brain oval into four main sections, or lobes. We'll use different colors to make it clear. At the very front, let's color a section blue. This is the frontal lobe. Think of it as the CEO of your brain. It's in charge of planning, decision-making, problem-solving, and personality. When you're deciding what to have for breakfast or planning your day, your frontal lobe is hard at work. It's what makes you, you. Behind the frontal lobe, near the top of your head, let's color a section yellow. This is the parietal lobe. This part of the brain is all about senses and navigation. It processes touch, temperature, and pain. It's also your internal GPS, helping you understand where you are in space. When you reach for a cup without looking directly at it, you can thank your parietal lobe for knowing exactly where your hand needs to go. It's the reason you don't constantly bump into things. Next, at the back of the head, let's color a section green. This is the occipital lobe. Its job is simple but vital. It processes everything you see. Light enters your eyes, sends signals through the optic nerve, and the occipital lobe turns those signals into the images you perceive. Your favorite movie, the faces of your loved ones, the words on this screen, it all comes to life back here. It's your brain's personal movie theater. Finally, on the sides of the brain, near your ears, let's color a section red. This is the temporal lobe. It's the hub for hearing, memory, and understanding language. When you listen to music, recognize a friend's voice, or recall a happy memory from childhood, your temporal lobes are firing up. They store your personal library of sounds and experiences. So now we have a basic map to hemispheres and for lobes. But the brain isn't just a surface. There's a lot going on deep inside. Let's draw another diagram, a cross-section, to look at the inner structures. Deep within the temporal lobes, let's draw a small, seahorse-shaped structure. This is the hippocampus. Its name literally means seahorse in Greek. The hippocampus is crucial for forming new memories. Think of it as the save button for your experiences. Without it, you'd be stuck in the present, unable to remember anything new that happens. Near the hippocampus, let's draw a small, almond-shaped structure. This is the amygdala. The amygdala is your emotional command center, especially for feelings like fear and anger. It's your brain's alarm system. When you see something dangerous, the amygdala kicks in, triggering the fight-or-flight response that prepares your body to react quickly. It's what makes your heart race when you're startled. Now, let's look at the very base of the brain, where it connects to the spinal cord. Here we have the brainstem. Let's sketch it as a stalk. The brainstem is the most ancient part of our brain, and it controls all the automatic functions that keep us alive: breathing, heart rate, and sleep. You don't have to consciously think, breathe in, breathe out, because your brainstem takes care of it for you. It's the silent, tireless worker that never takes a day off. Perched on top of the brainstem, at the back, Let's draw a structure that looks like a miniature brain. This is the cerebellum, which means little brain. The cerebellum is all about coordination, balance, and fine motor skills. When you ride a bike, play a musical instrument, or even just walk without falling over, your cerebellum is orchestrating all those complex movements smoothly and precisely. It's the master of grace and coordination. So, let's put it all together. We have the outer cortex with its four lobes: frontal for thinking, parietal for sensing, occipital for seeing, and temporal for hearing and memory. And deep inside, we have the hippocampus for saving memories, the amygdala for processing emotions, the brainstem for basic life support, and the cerebellum for movement. All of these parts are constantly communicating, sending electrical and chemical signals to each other in a complex dance. But how do these parts talk to each other? Let's zoom in even further, to the microscopic level. The building blocks of the brain are nerve cells, or neurons. Imagine drawing a central cell body like a star. From this body, you have branching extensions called dendrites, which look like tree branches. These receive signals from other neurons. Then, there's one long tail coming off the cell body called the axon. This sends signals out. At the end of the axon are more little branches that connect to the dendrites of other neurons. The amazing thing is, these neurons don't actually touch. There's a tiny gap between them called a synapse. When a signal travels down the axon, it releases chemical messengers called neurotransmitters across this gap. These neurotransmitters then attach to the dendrites of the next neuron, passing the message along. This happens billions of times a second, creating a vast, intricate network of communication. It's like a massive biological internet, where every thought, feeling, and action is a result of these tiny signals zipping from one neuron to another. So from the big picture of hemispheres and lobes, to the inner workings of the hippocampus and amygdala, and all the way down to the individual neurons and synapses, diagrams help us peel back the layers of the brain. They turn abstract concepts into something we can see and understand. The brain is still a place of immense mystery, and scientists are learning new things about it every day. But with a few simple drawings, we can start to appreciate its incredible design and the amazing things it allows us to do. It's the most powerful tool we have, and it's right inside our own heads. Thanks for joining me on this visual tour of the human brain. I hope these diagrams have helped demystify this amazing organ. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the world of science. Let me know in the comments what other complex topics you'd like to see broken down with diagrams. Until next time, stay curious and subscribe to Scientific Enigma Hub for more intuitive videos.